So, let me ask you a question. In the past year, how many Ioniq 6s have you seen? Well, today, I've seen this many. Right, in the UK we have a Ioniq 6 users group with 1,700 members. Now, I didn't even know there was that many Ioniq 6s in the UK. So what I decided to do was set up an event and try to get as many Ioniq 6s together in the same place. So come along with me for the day and let's see how beautiful these cars are.
Have a flat white, please.
Flat white, yeah, no worries.
Hi, can I get your order, sir?
Hello, yeah, can you get a venti flat white, please?
I can do a large latte with whole milk. Flat
Jack.
white's only coming one size.
Flat white is one size. What are you on about?
Oh, can you tell I don't order flat whites?
It kind of gave it away, yeah.
Good. I want one of those sort of fruity strawberry drinks. It's like lemonade.
Yeah, we can do strawberry acai with lemonade or water.
Yeah, oh, lemonade, please, with ice.
Lemonade? Yeah,
Yeah.
anything else?
Oh, and a Christmas. Do you want a Christmas tree brownie?
Absolutely, if you're offering.
Well, two Christmas tree brownies, please.
And two Christmas tree brownies.
Of course.
Is that everything?
That's it. Thank you very much.
Go around for me,
Thank
please.
you.
Venti
I hate you.
Flat white.
You. Well, I never ordered flat white.
Do you not know what a flat white is?
No, I ordered a camel latte.
200 ml of milk.
Yeah.
And a double shot of espresso.
Why can't I have a venti?
One side. Because then you'd be having like 400 ml of milk and 4 shots of coffee.
That sounds like a dream. Well,
sounds like an accident waiting to happen.
well, I've learned something new today, haven't I?
You have.
There's no such thing as a venti flat white. Anyway, let's go. Right, currently on the way now to the NEC Gig Hub in Birmingham. Really looking forward to it, to be honest, because it's going to give me a chance to ask some other Ioniq 6 owners about why they chose this car in particular over any other car brand. So I'm going to ask them 3 questions. First of all, I'm going to ask them why they chose the Ioniq 6. Second, if they've got any advice to anyone who's looking or thinking about joining the EV revolution. And thirdly, which I think is quite funny, I'm going to ask them how they pronounce the car brand Hyundai, because Hyundai or Hyundai have just they've just released an advert on TV about how to pronounce the car brand. So from the perspective of actual Hyundai owners, I want to find out how they pronounce the car brand. Okay, so we are now probably about 5-10 minutes away from the NEC Giga Hub, and I've got more than enough range to get me home, where I can charge again for 7p per kilowatt hour, which is very, very cheap, which is why I really like owning an EV, because you can charge at home. But I realise many people may have to charge on public chargers, so I'm going to do a quick video on how we charge on a public charger. Now, I will make a point, we are charging at a BP Pulse charger, and they are on the most expensive end. They are 79p per kilowatt hour, but they do deliver at 350 kilowatts, which is a very fast speed. For the Ioniq 6, being an 800 volt architecture, means we can charge at 350 kilowatts, which is phenomenal. It is the quickest charging EV you can buy at the moment. So I thought it would be really, really good to get a video just how fluid it is to charge your EV at a public charger. So let's go and charge. Okay, so I've got Mia here with me, and she is also an Ioniq 6 owner. What I'm going to ask you, Mia, is why you chose Hyundai Ioniq 6, why you chose an EV, and I'm going to ask you one special question at the end. So my first question is, why did you choose an Ioniq 6?
Well, I'm very loyal to Hyundai. The only cars I've driven are Hyundai, and when it came around to picking my choice for an EV, because I'm on the NHS salary sacrifice,
Brilliant.
it was really down to the Tesla, the Polestar, which is way up my price range, and then sort of the Ioniq 6 was the perfect sort of choice, really.
Yes.
It's a familiar car. I've read a lot of reviews about it.
Yep.
It seemed to excel in a lot of the points. Yeah.
Amazing. So Hyundai will be happy then that you stuck with the brand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Amazing. We are here at the NEC Giga Hub, and you've come down because you are an Ioniq 6 owner. Is that right?
I am, yes.
So thank you very much for choosing Ioniq 6. But the question I've got for you is, why did you choose the Ioniq 6 over any other brand?
Because I had the plug-in hybrid Ioniq, which did sort of 34 miles, it's like 10 kilowatts, And I was spending all my time driving it around on electric mode, and I thought, well, and I've done 97,000 in that, and I was like, I need to get a change, and it still had full battery as well. You know, everyone's saying, batteries all degrade. No issues at all.
Yeah.
And I like the look of the Ioniq 6. There's one in the showroom that they were showing me, and it was the base model, and I thought, I don't want that, I want the full bells and whistles.
The ultimate model.
For the first edition. So, so you got the sunroof and the full all-wheel drive and that, so really good.
Yes, brilliant. Okay, so if someone is looking at buying an electric car, but need a little bit more advice, what advice would you give to someone who's looking to go electric?
Do your research, really.
Yep.
I think it's electric cars, there's so many different types of them for different needs. For example, the Ioniq 6 has got the range advantage.
Yep.
So if you need higher range, I think it's a perfect car. It's really about finding what you need in a car and really tailoring it to your needs.
Yes, exactly.
It should be.
Yes, yeah. And what would you say to someone who's thinking about buying an EV but aren't quite ready to make that change yet?
No, it's all there. I've had no problems at all.
Yeah.
I used to be like worried about doing a long trip. I'll go to all the football games. We've been up to Sheffield and been up to Wolves. We're heading for.
Yeah.
No problem at all. We just have a couple of stops.
Yeah.
Kids get a burger. I usually have to go and get the car before they. That's the thing. Every goal you've got to wait for it to charge. Usually I've got to go and get the car like now before we got to go.
Yeah.
You know, and they're still eating their burger. I'm rushing them up. So it's good.
Brilliant. And I've got one final question. How do you pronounce your car brand?
Oh yeah, I know that I say Hyundai, but it's I know how you're supposed to say it, but it's not. I get it wrong. I know. Yeah.
Go for it. How do you pronounce it?
Is it Hyundai? Is it supposed to be?
It's Hyundai.
Hyundai. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can't pronounce it that way.
Neither can I. So thank you for coming down to the meeting today.
Yeah,
it's been a pleasure meeting you. And one final question then. How do you pronounce your car brand?
Hyundai.
Hyundai. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks.
So I've just interviewed two people about why they chose the Ioniq 6, and it's actually quite interesting. They've said there's no such thing as range anxiety, so for up-and-coming EV owners, don't worry about that. And they also said that the quality and build of the Ioniq 6 is superb, which I agree with. The build quality of this car is just phenomenal. You can go into any other EV and it just feels cheap and no character, a bit like a car brand I'm not going to mention, but they are known to have build quality issues. There was a bad point that we've all agreed on, and I have to agree, and that is the technology. For a 2024 car, you would expect the technology in it to be fantastic, fluid, really quick, and quite intuitive. But Hyundai just haven't really put the same effort into the build quality as they have done in the infotainment system. The infotainment system for me is slow, it's laggy, it just feels like you're going back to like the 1990s when computers were first just becoming a big thing. There's no built-in Spotify, YouTube, Netflix. Yes, there's CarPlay, but even still on that, you can't use YouTube, Netflix, or Spotify. You can't use Netflix or YouTube or even TikTok. So what I'm going to do is when we get to the pub, we're going to go and eat some food. I'm going to interview 2 more people about why they also chose the Ioniq 6. Because yes, I've asked 2 people currently, but I always want to get more opinions. So at least then I can go back to Hyundai and say, look, this is what people want, this is what we don't like about the car, and hopefully we can get a good change from them. But the Ioniq 6 is just a beautiful looking car. It's just letting itself down by the technology within inside of it. So let's go and get some food and let's see what everyone else thinks about the Ioniq 6. Yeah, let's do it. I've got a pint of Guinness calling my name. It certainly is. So, I'm here with John. John. I'm going to ask you some questions about why you chose the Ioniq 6.
So the main reason was probably the range and the charging speed. So I wanted something that can do a long distance, because I do a long trip once a year, and I wanted something that can charge really fast. So that was probably the main reason, and I do like the brand. So I used to have a Hyundai i30 back in the days, and it's a nice car.
Brilliant. I've got with me here Toby and Paula. So again, you are an Ioniq 6 owner.
Absolutely.
And you are an Ioniq 6 wife.
Yeah, I drive it too.
You drive it too. Okay. So for both of you then, why did you choose the Ioniq 6?
Well, I think we chose it first because we did want to go electric. That was perhaps the first reason. The second for me was very important in the fact it's got a function that it's got actual memory seats. You'd be surprised as that as a reason to choose, but I have issues with my back. And when I get the seat to the position I like, which takes me quite some time, I don't want to lose that position. And because Paula drives as well, and Hart probably drives it half the time, then it was nice just to be able to swap from one to the other. Polly, why did you think we should choose it?
Because I like the look of it, firstly. And when I test drive it, I like the way it drives.
Amazing. And that's all that matters, really, isn't it? Superb. So, Henry, thank you for joining me today. I've just got some questions to ask you before you leave. Firstly, why did you choose the Ioniq 6?
I just really appreciate a car that's sort of different. I don't really want a car that everybody else is like a Model 3, or even the Polestar 2s are sort of getting a little bit common. So the Ioniq, you never see them. Honestly, today is the day I've seen the most in one place, and it's just a really striking car. I know a lot of people have thoughts on the design. It's split opinion, but I like that in a car. At least that splitting opinion gets people talking about it.
It does.
And it just every single time I walk back to it, I'm like,
I like that car.
I made the right choice.
Amazing. Okay, next question then. If you were to give someone advice who were looking to join the EV revolution, what advice would you give them?
Just dive in. Don't worry about anything. There's no such thing like range anxiety. There's plenty of charges around, and you'll be fine. So just go for it.
Brilliant. The next question then is, if you had some advice to give someone who is looking to join the EV revolution, what would you give them?
I would say don't have range anxiety. It really doesn't affect any car, even cars with low mileage. We were chatting earlier with Henry about his Mini that would only do 100 miles. He had no issues with it. With the Ioniq, you've got 250 in winter, 300 plus in summer. So don't worry about range. There's plenty of opportunities to charge. And I guess the other thing I'd say is, they are a step change. They are a huge step change in moving from ICE cars. The technology, the features, the quietness. It's phenomenal. Just so different to an ICE car. It's just like you're on a different planet almost.
Would you agree with those comments?
Yeah, I mean, it's just It just feels so luxurious.
It does. And the next question is then, if you have some advice to give someone who wants to join the EV revolution, what would that advice be?
Just to go take a test drive. It doesn't really matter which car you choose. I would implore, though, if you're test driving an EV for the first time, don't make it a Tesla. Other brands are available, but I think a lot of people kind of conflate what's great about an EV with just driving a Tesla. So if they choose it, so whether it be an Ioniq, a Polestar, a VW, or anything else, just go out there and feel it, because it's the fear of the unknown. It's easy for us to be us evangelists about EVs to be really enthusiastic about them, but to people, friends, family who've never driven one before, they'd be like, oh gosh. So it's having that first-hand experience to be like, oh, it's makes most like a normal car, but it's just really, really quiet, really, really smooth, and really, really fast.
Perfect, thank you very much. And one final question: how do you pronounce the car brand?
Hyundai.
And finally, then, how do you pronounce the car brand?
Oh my word! There, I know what's the right answer, and I know what's the wrong answer. I will say Hyundai.
Yeah.
I know Hyundai want it called Hyundai.
Yeah.
But even though their adverts in the past were wrong, and they're trying to be like, no, it's Hyundai, but no, I'm very much a devout Hyundai pronouncer.
How do you pronounce the car brand?
Hyundai.
I think it's supposed to be Hyundai.
Is that really a Hyundai?
It's Hyundai.
Hyundai. Hyundai.
There we go, Hyundai. So, thank you both for coming. It's been a pleasure meeting you both, and hopefully I'll see you at the next one.
Yes.
Thank you very much. John, thank you for coming. Been great meeting you, and we'll see you at the next one.
Yep.
So, that's the Ioniq 6 meeting for the UK. There's 2 points I want to take away from today. First of all, range anxiety. No such thing. We've all agreed that the Ioniq 6 and any other electric car has more than enough range, and you do not need to worry about range anxiety. The next thing, as Ioniq 6 owners, we've all agreed that the technology within inside the Ioniq 6 needs a lot of work, Hyundai. So please get behind us and get upgrading, because for a 2024 car, the technology feels like you're going back to the 1990s. Not a good look. If you want to join us on the next meeting, I will leave a link in the description of the video where you can join us. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more EV content. I've been EVJack, and I'll see you at the next one.